Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Johan and I'm a Dutchie, and I want to learn about life and living in Australia, and doing so by watching videos about life and living in Australia, and together with a growing community who gives me feedback about how it really is. I'm learning a lot about how life is in Australia, and I do this because it's way down there, down under, and I'm afraid of flying. So it's not in it for the next couple of years. I'm actually gonna visiting Australia. So doing and learning this way is, for me, for now, the only way to actually learn something about Australia. And today we're gonna take a look at Tasmania, because I did a lot of videos the last couple of weeks about Australia mainland. But there's also something like Tasmania, that small island beneath Australia. So let's take a look about Tasmania. 10 beautiful places to visit in Tasmania, plus travel tips. So let's take a look at Tasmania.
What's up, guys? We're here in Tasmania, and in this video we're going to show you our top places to visit here. So hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, and still there are a lot of islands in between. So this is the biggest island of Tasmania, of Abel Tasman, a Dutchman named after. But there are also a lot of other making Dutch and English together, that won't work. Other islands in the region. So yeah, it's the biggest one of the other islands between Australia mainland and Tasmania. So yeah, this is Tasmania.
Tasmania is an island state of Australia and is located south of the mainland across the Bass Strait. It's known for having dramatic coastlines, pristine wilderness, and lots of unique wildlife. In fact, over 40% of the land in Tasmania is protected as national parks, reserves, and UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
40% is national park. That's very good. That's important.
On top of that, the island also has a fascinating convict history, a vibrant art scene, and many tasty local wines. We did a 2-week road trip around Tasmania, and in this video, we'll show you the 10 most beautiful spots we discovered. Make sure to watch until the end, as we also give some helpful travel tips. Now let's dive in.
April.
We are Zach and Ina. We make helpful videos about destinations around the world so you can easily plan your own adventures.
Travel advice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Launceston, if I'm saying this correct. Cradle Mountain, Bay of Fires. Whoa, Freycinet. Now Mount Field. Hobart. Hobart I know. By name. Maria Island. Tasmania Peninsula. Oh, there's even a peninsula over there. Okay, and then I lost this one. Okay. 10. Launceston. Mistake.
We did a 2-week road trip around Tasmania. Launceston is Tasmania's second largest city and is located in the north of the island at the confluence of 2 rivers. This place is known for its vibrant food scene and is celebrated as a UNESCO City of Gastronomy. This recognition highlights its exceptional paddock-to-plate culture, where fresh, local produce from surrounding farms and wines from local vineyards directly supply its many acclaimed
that looks tasty.
Restaurants. Beyond going out for amazing dining experiences, our other favorite thing to do was taking a peaceful walk in the Cataract Gorge. This steep gorge sits on the edge of town and is surrounded by a forested river reserve.
17. Mount Field National Park. Oh, and Peace National Park. Okay.
Located about 70 kilometers or 43 miles northwest of Hobart, Mount Field National Park is one of Tasmania's oldest and most diverse parks.
Oh boy, he disappeared in the tree. Oh.
It's most famous for having a variety of stunning waterfalls. The iconic three-tiered Russell Falls is the most known one, and is accessible via an easy walk through lush temperate rainforest. We hiked the 6-kilometer or 3.7
total distance 6 kilometers. Elevation 262. In 2 to 2.5 hours? Difficulty easy. Yeah, maybe in Australia, not over here. Because 260 meters in 6 kilometers, I would do it because I can, but it would not be classified as an easy one.
7-mile Three Falls Circuit Trail, which combines the Russell Falls with 2 other beautiful waterfalls. While on the trail, there's also a chance to spot the elusive platypus in the park's streams. Unfortunately, we weren't lucky enough ourselves to see the platypus, but we did encounter a few patamelons.
And again, typical Australian, or better said, down under wildlife that you don't see anywhere else in the world. Strahan and the west coast on that side.
Tasmania's west coast is a rugged expanse known for its dramatic wilderness and high rainfall. This unique climate is a result of the strong westerly winds, which bring moisture-laden air directly from the Southern Ocean. Besides its wild nature, this region is also steeped in history, defined by its boom-and-bust mining towns like Queenstown, Zeehan, and Strahan. We chose to stay in the small coastal village of Strahan, since it's the gateway to the famous Gordon River boat cruise and the West Coast Wilderness Railway. We opted for the Tipukana and the King train ride on a typically wet day.
Wow, traditional train. We have that over here in the Netherlands, in my region also. So it's a traditional train.
This
ride.
2.5-hour experience follows the King River into the rainforest, stopping at Lower Landing for a short walk and some honey.
65 US Australian dollars. 65 Australian dollars. That would be, give or take, 35, 40 euros, give or take, for tuna. That's reasonable.
Honey tasting before returning to Strahan. The tour includes lots of history about the railway, as guides share stories of the people who built it and once called it their home.
Peninsula.
The Tasman Peninsula is located on the southeast corner of the island. This is a place filled with both natural beauty and rich history. Port Arthur is Tasmania's most famous convict settlement.
Oh, yeah, he was talking about being the most famous convict settlement, but people did escape from there and swim, I believe, even to Australian mainland, if I'm not mistaken.
With over 12,500 convicts who served their sentences here between 1830 and 1870. Today, you can take a walk through its historic buildings and ruins.
This historic site is quite big, almost like a village, so we definitely recommend grabbing a free map when you enter to help you navigate.
As large as an entire village. Oh. Wow.
Adjacent to the historic site sits Tasman National Park, which is known for its towering sea cliffs and unique geological formations. It's also home to the famous Three Capes Track, a multi-day hike that traverses 3 spectacular capes. We hiked to one of them, known as Cape Howe.
10 kilometers, 521 meters elevation, in 3 to 3.5 hours medium. If on average I walk 5 kilometers an hour, so walking 3 to 3.5 hours, and it's no longer medium, not at all. But it's only 10 kilometers. Wow.
To get here, we did a moderate 10-kilometer or 6.2-mile out and back trail from the park's visitor center. If you're less inclined to hike, the peninsula's spectacular coastline can also be admired from a boat cruise.
Hobart, capital.
Hobart is Tasmania's vibrant capital and is nestled in the southeast corner of the island. This is Tasmania's largest city and is home to the primary airport, making it the perfect starting or ending point for any island adventure. But what makes Hobart unique is its blend of colonial charm and contemporary culture. We especially enjoyed the Museum of Old and New Art, commonly referred to as MONA. This incredibly strange and thought-provoking museum definitely pushes boundaries. In fact, it embraces an anti-museum philosophy and is designed to be an immersive experience by prompting conversation and often triggering discomfort or reflection. We reached Mona by taking a scenic boat trip from the downtown harbor, which is a common and highly recommended way to get there. Back inside the city center, Salamanca Square is definitely a must-visit, with its many historical buildings and charming atmosphere. Other than that, the bus ride up to Kunanyi Mount Wellington was also well worth it.
Oh, a bus ride. Cyclists over here. Yeah. If a bus can get there, so you can get there too by a bike. Even if it's multiple days. Mount Wellington.
The panoramic views from its summit are some of the most breathtaking on the entire island, stretching far across the city and surrounding wilderness.
National Park.
Maria Island is a unique national
Maria,
park
okay.
located off Tasmania's east coast. It's accessible by a short 30-minute ferry ride from the town of Triabuna, which can get a little bit bumpy if it's a windy day. This car-free sanctuary is renowned for its incredible wildlife, particularly its abundant and famously docile wombats. You can also find wallabies and even Tasmanian devils if you're lucky. The most common way to explore the island is on foot or by bike. Since we visited as a day trip, we decided to first walk to the spectacular painted cliffs and its deserted beach. Afterwards, we continued to the ancient fossil cliffs, which made for a nice loop. The total walking time for this trek was about 2.5 hours, which gave us enough time to catch the last ferry back.
And they spent 2 weeks over there.
But the highlight for us was undoubtedly seeing countless wombats happily roaming freely. If you want to dive
Without
deeper
fear.
into the island's landscapes, we highly recommend staying overnight or renting a bicycle to cover more ground.
A bicycle it will be. If I ever get there. Need a pass.
Hey everyone, we hope you've been enjoying this beautiful scenery so far.
And if you're planning your own Tasmania adventure, we've made an interactive guide that will complement everything you're seeing in this video perfectly.
We poured hours of research and on-the-ground experience into creating this travel guide, and it's all available in an easy-to-use app. Think of it as your ultimate road trip companion right there on your phone. It's got everything. All the must-see spots, pre-designed itineraries to save you time, and all the essential links you'll need, making planning a breeze.
So, they really spent some time in it, making an app for it. Oh,
You can grab it via the QR code or via the link in the description below the video. Now let's get back to that beautiful scenery of Tasmania.
the Bay of Fires. Wasn't that the bay with a lot of sand and high cliffs?
The Bay of Fires stretches along Tasmania's stunning northeast coast, from Binalong Bay in the south to Eddystone Point in the north. Its evocative name was given by Captain Tobias Furneaux in 1773, who observed numerous Aboriginal fires along the coastline. Today, this iconic region is celebrated for its pristine white sand beaches, crystal clear waters, and vibrant orange-hued granite boulders. We especially enjoyed all of the beaches around Binalong Bay and the gardens. If you have some extra time, St. Helens near Binalong Bay is also a worthy stop. This is the largest town on the east coast, and you can find tourist amenities as well as some impressive sand dunes.
Whoa, Freycinet National Park?
Freycinet National Park is a jewel located on a
Freycinet,
peninsula on Tasmania's east coast.
It had a silent T.
It's home to the iconic Wineglass Bay, which is arguably the most photographed and famous landmark on the entire island. Besides that, the park is renowned for its stunning granite peaks, secluded coves, and beautiful beaches. There are tons of hikes that'll bring you into the heart of this remarkable nature. We embarked on the popular Wineglass Bay and Hazards Beach circuit, a 12-kilometer or 7.5-mile hike that first ascends to the renowned Wineglass Bay viewpoint. On this circuit, we also descended to the sandy shores of Wineglass Bay Beach, and then continued along Hazards Beach. But for the best panoramic view, consider the hike to Mount Amos. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't suitable for that track's scramble section during our visit. If you're like us and end up getting stuck with some rain clouds during your time on the peninsula, there are a few other things you can do in the area. Grab a coffee in the small coastal town of Coles Bay, which serves as the main gateway to the national park. Or if you're interested in having some local wine, Devil's Corner is not too far from the park and is a great spot to do a tasting. You can also try high-quality oysters here, which Tasmania is known for.
2. Brownie Island. Oh. It really is an island because it's not connected over there. We'll say it's a peninsula, but it's not. It's really an island.
Bruny Island is located off Tasmania's southern coast and is easily accessible by a short 20-minute vehicle ferry from Kettering. The island is known for its coastal landscapes, abundant wildlife, and great local food. The star attraction is the famous Neck Lookout, which provides breathtaking views of the narrow isthmus that connects North and South Bruny. In addition, Adventure Bay is a must-visit for its peaceful beaches and the gorgeous Fluted Cape Walk. This 2.5-hour hike ascends over the Fluted Cape Cliffs, which are among the highest in the Southern Hemisphere.
Then it's called medium and hard. 2.5 hours for 6.5 kilometers. So that's really hard because you have more ups and downs, I guess.
Make sure to wear shoes with decent grip for this track, since there aren't any railings around the cliff edges. There's one other thing that we recommend doing before you leave the island, and that's going on a self-drive safari to spot the white Bennett's wallabies. A genetic defect has caused a change in the balance of melanin, creating their white fur.
Oh. Okay. Specifically for Tasmania, I guess. It's not anywhere else in Australia. This defected wallaby. White. Or almost white.
Bruny Island is one of the only places in the world where you can see these rare creatures, and we were lucky to find a few of them at dusk near the town of Alona. This town also has some nice beachfront areas where you can watch the sunset and take in the last scenes of the island's beautiful nature.
Cradle Mountain. Did they all this by car? Because I see a camper van. Because I see this that he took over his van. Oh, because is this doable? I don't know. Do you need to have a van to to spend the night in? From Vrijzinne naar Strand, is this doable in a day? I don't know. Cradle Mountain.
Cradle Mountain Lake St. Clair National Park is the crown jewel of Tasmania's wilderness. Located in the Central Highlands, this UNESCO World Heritage Area stretches more than 160 kilometers or 100 miles. The area covers everything from Cradle Mountain in the north to the deepest lake in Australia in the south, which is Lake St. Clair. You'll also find ancient rainforests, alpine heathlands, dramatic mountain peaks, and a diverse range of wildlife. Our favorite part of the park was the picturesque Dove Lake, which is framed by Cradle Mountain in the background. Here, we hiked the Dove Lake Circuit, which had some of the best views of the peaks. You'll also be treated with fresh forest air as you meander through the trees and along the lake's edge. But one of the things that stuck with us was how quickly the weather can change in these mountains.
You can experience all 4 seasons in the same day up here any time of the year, so make sure you dress warm and layer up.
Yeah, I heard this remark in one of the earlier videos. All 4 seasons in one day. But only when you're actually walking. It's not when you're... Yeah. But those trails are already laid out. I see a lot of trails with semi-paved roads, and like this one, Flanders.
Continuing beyond the lake,
Like this. Is this on purpose to make sure that people stay on the trail and not doing anything else to protect the environment, which totally would be a logical idea to do? Or is it because it's otherwise too dangerous that people would go anywhere that it isn't safe for them? So prevent accidents, not to protect the nature, but to prevent accidents. But it looks like it's done to make sure that people stay on the trail to protect national park, UNESCO heritage. So yeah.
we also hiked to Ronnie Creek, where we spotted numerous wombats during golden hour. The area has many other walks to choose from as well, from short boardwalks to peak hikes, and the challenging multi-day overland track. But if you're looking to find the rare Tasmanian devil during your trip, then we recommend visiting the Devils at Cradle, which is a conservation sanctuary. It's extremely difficult to spot them in the wild, so this is likely your best chance to see them up close. As these creatures are mostly active at night, we opted for the After Dark feeding tour. Since spots are limited for this experience, it's best to book it in advance. We left a link in the description below the video in case you want to book the same one. Now, we'll share our top 3 travel tips for Tasmania.
Okay.
First, while the main roads are generally well maintained, be aware that most are single lane in each direction.
Be prepared for variable road conditions and lots of wildlife. limit driving after dusk or significantly reduce your speed at this time since there are many wallabies crossing roads. Yeah, okay.
A lot of the roads are also narrow and winding. Furthermore, many scenic routes to popular attractions involve unsealed dirt or gravel roads, such as the approach to some of the hiking trails in Tasman National Park. Plan your fuel stops carefully, since towns with groceries and supplies can be limited. It's best to stock up whenever possible.
So this is a really large island with almost no cities. Almost.
Also, you should limit driving after dusk or maintain significantly reduced speeds due to the abundance of wallabies and other wildlife that become highly active on roads, which poses a significant collision risk. Tasmania's best sites are spread out, making a car or camper van the ideal way to explore. Relying solely on public transport is not feasible here. Be aware that driving distances can be surprisingly large, so basing yourself in one city like Hobart isn't practical for seeing the whole island. A camper...
It's not. So even if you're in Hobart, you have to consider that for some places you have find another spot to spend the night to reach some other nice spot. Okay.
Camper van offers immense freedom and access to some free campsites, but be prepared for potentially extreme and rapidly changing weather, which can add a layer of challenge. For the best chance of pleasant weather and outdoor enjoyment, plan your visit between December and February. We visited in early April and experienced rain for a lot of our days, with unexpectedly cold temperatures and even overnight snow in Cradle Mountain. While Tasmania's weather is notoriously unpredictable year-round, the summer months generally offer the highest likelihood of sunshine, milder temperatures, and less extreme winds, making this time ideal for hiking and exploring the diverse landscapes. And if you're
yeah, visited in January, February. It's of course that's the summertime. I still need to. It's in the winter, but it's over here, on the northern hemisphere. We have winter, but it's summer at Australia in the southern hemisphere. It's kind of used to, but. It was an amazing video. It was, again, a video showing some of the most beautiful places, in this case, not in Australia mainland, but in Tasmania. All I see, everything I see on this channel, on what subscribers are telling me and what I see in the suggestion list, it's all beautiful places. It's a beautiful country. Country to live in. I would say continent, but it is a continent. There are so many things you can see in Australia that are beautiful, and there are raw nature-like things going on. It's, for me, as a nature lover, it's, wow, it's good. Well, I hope you liked it. And if you did, then press like. And if you want to see other of my videos about Australia, then this is a good place to start with. And otherwise, would be really appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.